Hey guys, we're going to be in Second Timothy, chapter 4, verse 3. Many of you have heard this verse before. We'll talk about it just for a couple of minutes this morning or whenever you're listening to this. It says, for the time will come, this is verse 3 of Second Timothy 4. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Now, we act as though this is some kind of great prophecy from the New Testament, but the fact is, this has always been the case. And when they wrote this, when Paul wrote this to Timothy, it was like, look, this could be next week. This could be next week. It's not like this specific time. I mean, this has been throughout history where people are pulled away by false doctrine. All right. Most importantly, a false doctrine that tells us that sin is okay. It tells us that, or they relabel sin to make it seem like it's less than what it is, or a doctrine that begins to push us toward what God can do for us and the blessings of God, rather than the entire story of following God, submitting to God, crucifying ourselves, our flesh, making sure that we're living closer and closer to what Jesus has called us to live with and to live by. And so when we look at these words right here, when we look at this, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. They won't even listen to it. They're like, listen, I don't want to hear that stuff, man. That's stuff from the, they'll call holiness the law. They'll call wanting to be sanctified and be more like Christ. They'll call it the Old Testament stuff, and that we need to let that go, that we need to live like we want to live and just live under grace. We certainly live under grace. We certainly do. And I thank God for that. But God calls us to holiness. He calls us to live for Him. They won't endure sound doctrine. They'll kick you out for teaching the truth. There are people out there who do that. And but after their own lust shall heap to themselves teachers. They're going to get the people who teach what they want them to teach, who teach that, man, all of this is supposed to be perfect. Okay. And they may be able to throw in there of, hey, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But they don't talk about the fact that it can be brutal following Christ sometimes. That is, fighting our flesh. We're fighting the enemy. We're fighting principalities and powers, rulers of darkness. We're fighting all those things and depending on spiritual forces to help us. It can all get very daunting, but we have perfect peace in Him because we put our trust fully in Jesus Christ. Amen. But there's coming a time, and it may be right now, and it may have been in the past where you've been somewhere where they would not endure sound doctrine, tough doctrinal sin. They wouldn't allow you to say what you needed to say about sin. They listen. I don't know, man. I think you're a little hard. I think you need to lighten up, things like that. No, listen, man. There's nothing you want to do more than first being saved, born again. But secondly, by getting that garbage out of you and putting the good in you. I mean, that's all there is to it. That's sanctification, battling, being in the battle and fighting. Listen, the sound doctrine that they're rejecting is that we are born into sin. The sound doctrine they're rejecting is that we have to live for Christ. We have to deny ourselves. We have to crucify the flesh daily. That's what they are denying, that sound doctrine. And folks, we're going to keep preaching it. We're going to keep teaching it. We're going to keep doing what God's called us to do. Don't stop. Teach the truth. Man, we are a mess without Jesus, and we got to let Him clean it up in us. And sometimes that's not very pretty. And that's not a doctrine people like to hear. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.